Asuka over here offering me water. You know she's an alcoholic when she don't share her supply.
Well, instead of have one, use it on that.
Her alcohol is different than your alcohol.
Well, do you want wine or no?
I've heard you whine for the last 30 seconds. I think I'm fed up with wine now. Ugh. Ugh. I'm gonna just tune out the fact that it's cheesecake like I was before you freaking told me, and just keep watching.
You don't like cream cheese?
By itself, no.
Just like this.
Mix it in with the. I would buy stuff and mix it in with the cake mix or whatever, and I would just tell myself it's just marshmallowy goo or something. I would tell myself it's cream cheese, and I'd be like, I don't know if I want it.
I want to try and make the floofy Japanese cheesecake one day.
Yes.
Senpai.
Where you like touch it and like it just like it looks like Jello.
It's like Nicki Minaj's butt.
So it's gonna.
I want to eat.
So it's gonna have Drake's pubes all over it.
Yay. That's not eat, man.
Pellegrino, fancy ass.
Well, why don't you offer him Pellegrinos?
You want a Pellegrino?
Hell no. That's
right.
Dry.
There's no dry like a Perrier.
Or a Topo Chico? Holy shit!
Oh, nah.
Coke just bought Topo Chico.
What haven't they bought? Fuck. All right, are we ready to do this?
Let's kick this pig.
Are you sure? Because people are about to see us.
Is the mic on?
Yeah? You just go over here some.
Hey. All right. So we good?
I think so. Yep.
Yay.
I'm waiting for y'all.
What are we?
255.
255. Wow. Well then, live from Studio 511, it's the 255th edition of Houston Wrestling Radio. This is Abel.
This is Arnold.
No, you're Chris.
Well, why the fuck am I in skinny jeans and black t-shirt?
Because that's you.
It is really still the identity crisis.
I don't know,
continues.
maybe. Yeah, sorry, Arnold's not here again today. His kid's still feeling sick, so that's, yeah, it's not good. I said his kid, Arnold's kid.
Yeah, sicker.
Oh, sicker. I thought you said
Wasn't she
her.
sick last week?
Yeah, she was sick. She was sick last week, and she's still
Now
sick.
she looks like a garbage pail kid. Poor
Oh,
thing.
come on.
Did you saw the picture?
Like, she has a rash.
That's what they. Ugh.
So yeah, man, that sucks. I hope she gets better soon. But in the meantime, we're gonna have our show with just what do we call ourselves again?
Dumb and Dumber.
I don't even remember. I don't know.
I'll figure it out.
With Abel and the Jerk, this jerk.
Yeah!
So if you are joining us live, thank you so much. I'm sorry we started a little bit late. That was my fault. I overslept before I could start cooking to eat food, and then I put my whole. Well, I overslept because I took a nap. Yeah, that's what it was. So anyway, but if you are joining us live, I'm pulling you up right here on the live chat so you could talk with us and interact, talk shit, ask us questions, fact check us, all that good stuff. I'll see it right here in the live chat, and I'll try to involve you. Already, Ryan is here. Welcome, Ryan. Thank you so much for joining us. He says, no video. Oh, God. Turn the video off.
There is video. That must have been the holding pattern.
Yeah, when the holding pattern,
Yeah.
then the video came on. He's like, oh, God, turn the video off. You jerk. Where's
Two
Tinny?
faces for radio.
So, if you're not joining us live, that's okay, folks. You could, no, come on. That's okay. You can still interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Houston Wrestling Radio, or on Twitter @HWrestling Or you could go into the comment section right here on YouTube and tell us a thing there. So, yeah, that's that. Chris.
Don't point at me. You.
Chris.
How was DZ Dub?
Oh, man. This past weekend's show was really good. It was a house show. It wasn't for TV taping. We're doing house shows now on top of the TV tapings. This particular house show, god damn, every single match was like really good. DCW.
Oh, okay.
The DCW house show. and the DCW HQ, where it always is. But no, it was really good. All the matches were great. So this Friday, October the 13th, see what they did there? they're going to have another house show. So come on down. We're going to have some scary people that we haven't had before, apparently, that are coming down, I guess, from other parts of Texas. I'm not sure where.
Oh, I thought you meant
Austin.
wrestlers.
I do mean wrestlers.
Oh, that voodoo guy?
No. I'm not sure where these guys are from. I think they're from Austin, but I could be wrong. Could be like San Antonio.
Well, shit, they're from Austin. You know how scary them motherfuckers are.
Yeah,
Be
exactly.
all liberal and...
But yeah, come on down. Friday the 13th is going to be awesome. And then our next TV taping is October 28th. And we are going to have a nice little Halloween costume contest. So come in your costume. So, yeah.
Who are you going dressed as?
As you. Just dressed as a big dick.
I don't think they make a condom big enough. Like 6 feet 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'll just wear a raincoat. Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Doing really good.
Oh.
Yeah. Nothing says pastime like taking a lunch break and just driving around the freeway listening to the Astros game on the radio. And at work, in my office. I'm trying to get used to that.
I also listened to it on the radio because me and Arnold were both at work.
TV's fucking overrated.
Yeah. Oh, but man, that was great. Astros pulled out the win there. And
I miss my
Friday, October the 13th
Mm-hmm.
is oof. What time is the game? Is it like around noon?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, good. So after the Astros win, then go down to DCW, celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
You know what else is happening Friday?
What?
Tickets go on sale for War Games.
Ah, yes.
Takeover. It's official after months of
boy.
Where the fuck are the tickets? Or where are the tickets?
NXT War Games. Yeah. I'm still not exactly sure what we're gonna do. From what we understand, our little contact that we have at Toyota Center, they sell group tickets, but only if there's not enough tickets that are sold just regular style.
Mm-hmm.
So we might get tickets, we might not. I don't know. So we'll see. I mean, I doubt that tickets for this aren't going to sell because people are pretty hyped up about it.
I know a lot of people that are traveling from outside of the state.
Yeah,
to come see it. Dude, it's War Games. It's been almost 20 years since the last War Games match.
It's War Games and it's NXT.
Yeah.
People like when Survivor Series was first announced, people were like, okay, I gotta get my tickets for Survivor Series. And then it was like, okay, well, it's gonna be a 4-day weekend, NXT, Survivor Series, Raw, and SmackDown. Everybody was talking about Survivor Series, but once everybody got the Survivor Series tickets, NXT tickets go on sale. When NXT. Nobody is giving any fucks about Raw or SmackDown. So NXT is the literal hot ticket right now. And, dude, maybe our little contact for the group rate thing may not go through because if they fucking sell out and they sell with the quickness, they're not going to be doing group special tickets.
Well, you guys are driving. Pull up to the box office, 10 a.m. Friday morning. The box office is open 9 to 5 during the week. Pull your money together, see who's going, and just get the tickets right on the spot. Don't have to wait.
Yeah.
That's first thing Friday. I'm off Friday. So the first thing I'm doing.
You bastard.
And I live 3 miles away.
Aye.
So I'm going to get mine.
You better get yours.
Something else happened over the weekend.
What?
Besides the Astros.
Oh, yeah? What?
Hell in a Cell.
Texans lost. But, oh, yes. Hell in a Cell.
That one.
You didn't like it?
That one kind of hurt.
Yeah?
Yeah, JJ and Merciless.
Oh, the Texans game. I thought you were still talking about Hell in a Cell.
But the last 2 big losses were against the former the defending Super Bowl champions,
yes,
and a team that's undefeated.
Yes.
So,
well, there's no
it's
such
not the end of the world.
There's no such thing as moral victories, right?
Well,
but if there were, those 2
after Watt and Merciless, this was kind of a moral victory. But
as you both take,
hopefully we rebound. Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell.
What's the first match you think of when you think about last Sunday's paper?
My match of the week pick: New Day versus Usos. Hell in a Cell.
Defend yourself.
It was really good and innovative and different. And I remember sitting here last week saying that my anticipation level dropped because of the stipulation in the other Hell in a Cell. Well, what they did to kind of quell that was smart. They threw that shit on the very first match of the pay-per-view. So it didn't have to follow or live up to or whatever. It's like, boom, first thing you see, There you go. All right. Did they escape? No. Was Kofi on the outside? Yeah. Did he get involved? Not physically. No.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, that they did everything they were supposed to do without interfering with the booking of the other match and not allowing the booking of the other match interfere with their booking. And it worked so well that, like, I didn't care about my criticism sitting here last Wednesday.
You forgot.
I forgot about it, and I just sat back and I enjoyed the match. When Xavier put, I guess it was Jimmy, in the little jail with the kendo sticks in the corner, I thought that was hilarious. That was innovative. That was something I don't think I've seen before in a Hell in a Cell match, and I liked it. And I liked the fact that the in-character storyline part of it was, oh, you want to talk about being in a penitentiary? I'm about to put you in jail. I was like, what the hell is he gonna do? And then he like locked him up, you know. So I like that. I enjoyed it. And then that whooping that Xavier got when he was hung up on the post. Oh God,
good Lord!
That was
getting
getting
left with both feet.
That was getting to the point of being just straight up uncomfortable, and then doing it in front of Kofi, making
But it was
Kofi
black
watch.
on black, so you know.
Oh, shut up! Making Kofi watch. Oh, fuck Nuggets, man. That was
Swifty, huh?
that was brutal, man. I was. Whew. It was good. It was good.
The part that, you know what the weird thing was? The part that made me cringe the most was neither of those bad spots.
Okay.
There was one spot where one of the New Day were laid out, and then the Usos were opposite the cage, and they do their splash together. One jumped the gun, so like he lands on the chair, and the chair legs are pointing up, like at an angle, as the other Uso came crashing into them. I was like, oh my God, got stabbed by the damn chair. Yeah. And I was having flashbacks of Eminem in that ladder match where Mercury. Oh no. But they survived. It wasn't as bad
that was
as
Eminem and the Hardys, right? Matt did that to him?
It was Eminem, Matt and the Hardys, and London and Kendrick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ugh. But I agree. That is my match of the week pick right off the top. That match, it even exceeded my expectations. Oh shit.
Portion of the live chat. My favorite was the beatings with both Francescas. Yeah, that was cool too. I mean, that was very New Day. At the beginning of the match, you know, Francesca. Okay,
gong.
Cool. But then the gong and the fucking pinstriped kendo stick and all this like very New Day stuff. It like really fit them. It's like, okay, that's bringing in the whimsical aspect of the New Day, and the whimsical aspect of the New Day and the brutality of Hell in a Cell I didn't think was going to mesh well. But once they did their fucking cutesy shit, that does get them over, granted.
Yeah.
And I popped for it. After they were done with all that, that's when things got really brutal and sick and twisted. And it's like, okay, cool. They can be these characters where they're fucking, yay, unicorns and bright colors and twerking and all that shit. But then, and the horns. But then, when it comes down to business, it comes down to business. And then they just...
From the beginning, when Big E, instead of doing his trademark promo at the end, he just went fucking...
Oh, and the cowbell.
Superman Doomsday?
Yeah.
I knew this was going to be better than I thought it was going to be. And then I had high expectations for it because it was a tag match inside Hell in a Cell, knowing that the quality that these guys have been putting on the last couple of weeks on pay-per-views have been like second to none as far as tag division.
Right.
Obviously, I haven't been watching the bar against the 2/3 of the Shield on Raw, but damn, dude. And then acknowledging it after the fact, you know, when you have that old school Edge and Christian against the Hardys after No Mercy, where there's no heels and faces, everybody just beat to shit, and they recognize that they beat each other to shit. And that respect's there. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's the time to turn Usos not so much face, but like tweenerish, because they were getting pretty facey reactions during the whole SmackDown Tag Team division coming out.
I think they've been better as heels in this run than they have been ever. Honestly, like as the faces, the Uso crazy and the half face paint on each one, it was like they were trying to do New Day stuff before New Day was a thing, and then the New Day outdid them. Mm-hmm. So for them to go back and be faces and do that shit, nah, it don't work. They need to stay heels like this. Robert Medlin in the chat, my match of the week 2. Match of the week pick 2. It had enough fun spots to make a Hell in a Cell cool in the PG era.
I agree.
Yeah.
The last thing I thought about was there wasn't even any blood, and I was like, the shit was still wicked, man.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Porsche sitting on the couch also agrees that's your match of the week. That was my match of the week pick. What
That's
about
my
you?
match of the week pick.
That is?
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, Arnold's not here. But we've already
got two people in the chat that agree with us. So on the count of three, wait, for anybody that's new to the show,
okay.
whenever there's a unanimous decision between the three of us, or sometimes two of us if the third is not there, which is why there's a bunch of New Japan shit on our list this year. If it's a unanimous match of the week pick, we do our hands together old school Shield style, and if they all get the thumbs up, it goes on our match of the year candidacy list for 2017.
Yeah, and that means at the end of the year, kind of around New Year's time, we do a special year in review episode, and in that episode, we pick our match of the year. So this is thumbs up, thumbs down. Should this match be on our list of candidates of match of the year? One, two, three.
There's a delay.
Maybe. I think if we put it on the list, which if you want to, I'm okay with it. I don't think it's going to be the match of the year. I don't think it's going to beat Tyler Bate and the other guy and the New Japan stuff.
Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
The other guy.
I don't think it's going to beat it, but it's a very strong contender. Definitely, like if I had to pick match of the month, it would be match of the month. But that's why I'm kind of like, okay, yeah.
Is this like the best of the rest for you so far?
No, because I think there might be other stuff that it beats out. Like this match on our match of the year list would probably be right in the thick of things, like in the middle, in the nice hump.
Let me remind you what our match of the year
Okay.
match of the year
Here we
candidates are so far.
Ryan says it belongs on the list.
Oh. Tetsuya Naito against Tanahashi, Intercontinental title from New Japan at Wrestle Kingdom 11. Okada versus Omega from the G1.
Right.
Part 3, the third
Part
match.
3. Okay.
The third match. That's on our list. AJ Styles against John Cena for the title at the Royal Rumble that we were at in person.
Yeah.
Triple threat match from TakeOver Orlando. DIY against Revival against the Authors of Pain. And then last but not least, Tyler Bate versus the other guy.
Pete Dunne
from TakeOver Chi-Town. That's our list right now.
Ooh,
5
god
matches.
damn, that's stiff competition. Do you want to put this one on the list? I'm like, yeah, okay, yes.
You got 3 different people that have already put this as match of the week, just like we do. You already got at least one listener that thinks we should put it on that we should put it at least on our candidacy.
All right.
If you are still in the fence, if I give you some homework, will you do it?
No.
Fuck. Somebody convince me to get him to watch this match again.
No, put it on the list. Put it on the list.
Put it on the list.
Go for it. Put it on the list.
You know what happens?
Oh.
Nah.
Finish the bit. You can't just halfway do the bit. You got to finish the bit. Come on.
I mean, get in right now, man.
All right.
So 6 matches. You know how many matches we had last year?
I don't know.
We had like 9.
9.
Oh, shit ton of matches.
We're in the 10th month already. That seems par for the course.
Yeesh, already in October.
Yeah, we're
Wow.
So within 2 more months, if we get 3 more match of the year candidates,
Oh no, I hope not. No.
then we'll tie last year's. But I doubt we will.
Maybe 1.
Well,
maybe 1.
My
My erection from War Games is still on right now, and that's even happening.
That, and we still haven't watched Ultima Lucha.
Oh!
Ultima Lucha.
Oh! Oh! Thank you for reminding me.
Ultima Lucha might have some stuff on there.
The episode number 2, there's some pretty cool stuff in there.
You already watched it?
I've been watching all of them.
I thought we agreed.
Well, no, I'm still watching it again with you because I need to get refreshed. But holy crap, episode 1 is all I need to tell y'all. Oh my god. So yeah, there might be at least 1 more.
What I'm doing is I'm not watching any of Lucha Underground until the last Ultima Lucha is aired. And then I'm going to watch all 4 episodes of Ultima Lucha right here on the couch with this guy. And then right after, we're going to record a dark match. I thought you were gonna not watch and save it.
I saw the first episode completely from start to finish. This last week's, I only fast forwarded to like the last couple of minutes, so I haven't seen everything. But we still got 2 more episodes left, and they're still making matches on the fly.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. What we covered as our pre-show for Ultima Lucha is not it for Lucha. So
Ryan says I would take the 3-way off of the list, but I'm not a fan of those.
It's people like you that get "fuck the revivals" hashtag trending, isn't it? God dang.
What?
God dang.
I'm sorry, Ryan. All right. I want a Halloween episode where one dresses up as Jericho and the other dresses up as a clown. There's a joke there.
Can I just be Ralph instead? Or was it Rufus, the guy that was with Jericho when he was on tour?
Yes.
It's Rufus. Rufus. Ralph. There you go. Sounds like somebody's got the subscription.
Walking IMDb over there.
Yeah. So, for everything that we raved about the opening Hell in a Cell match, is this the part of the show where you're going to bitch about the main event Hell in a Cell match? And notice how the lights went dim when I went like this?
Yeah, our lights have been fucked up the last couple of weeks. I don't know what's going on. No, I'm not going to bitch. If New Day and Usos wasn't such a badass match, if we're not counting that match, I would have said that Hell in a Cell Shane versus KO would have been the match of the night. It would have been a match of the year candidate, or excuse me, match of the week candidate for sure. In fact, I'm still willing to throw it on the match of the week candidacy list. I mean, we already know what the match of the week is. I mean, hell, we just put it on our match of the year. So, you know, it's kind of a moot point now. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much that I might be at the position where I'm going to listen to Arnold and shut the fuck up about Shane McMahon matches. Because every time that we've had a match with Shane McMahon, I sit here and bitch saying, I don't want to see Shane wrestle. Shane's wasn't that much of a wrestler back then. And now he's fucking, you know, even older now, 20 years older from fucking Attitude Era. Like, come on. No. I sit here, whine, bitch, and moan and complain.
We got Shane and AJ at WrestleMania.
I'm not complaining.
Orlando. And now we just got Shane versus Kevin Owens in Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, sure. He's just a spot monkey. Yeah, sure. He just jumps off of stuff. Yeah, sure. He doesn't really wrestle. But the strikes he was doing was really good. The
selling was good.
The selling was good. The storytelling within the match itself was good. And yeah, sure, maybe a lot of that is KO. Maybe a lot of that's Kevin Owens.
But Shane isn't doing anything to bring it down.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, if you're involved in a storyline with the McMahon, you're going to be a top guy anyway. So it's not like Shane's going to be in there with somebody that can't carry him. Because if he's in there with somebody that can't carry him, they're probably not that high up on the card to be having the program with Shane. So I'm done complaining about Shane McMahon matches.
Wow.
I'm done. If Shane's in another match, if Shane's in another
match of the year, this is a revelation.
Yeah, if Shane's in another match, I'm gonna be like, okay, cool. I'm willing to watch it. The last 3 haven't disappointed me. The last 3 haven't let me down. In fact,
Shane Taker didn't let you down. That was his 3rd one.
I was gonna say, in fact, any matches with Shane exceed my expectations. I didn't have very high expectations for that. Every time I set the bar,
but most of that's also because, oh my god, I want the Undertaker gone and buried and dead and cremated.
That's true too.
So, yeah,
but my expectations are always low for Shane McMahon matches, and I'm like, yeah, I'm wrong every single time. So maybe I need to change my opinion. So I'm changing my opinion.
I'm gonna make that my ringtone. I'm wrong.
I'm wrong.
So let's get to the end then. Sami Zayn, Herp Derp.
Hold on.
Is there.
Before we get to the end, what do you think about that match? Before the Sami Zayn,
it wasn't a bad match.
Okay.
Some of that pay-per-view, dude, I'm gonna just throw it out there. New Day versus the Usos. The other reason why I would consider it my match of the year candidate is because nothing else on that fucking show came close to topping that. They set the bar so fucking high. They set the bar so fucking high that half of the arena on the first level was empty when Charlotte versus Natty were wrestling.
They were the bar.
Oh hell yeah. Shane McMahon came in with a bad match, but that wasn't the best Hell in a Cell match we had that night. So,
yeah.
But like you said, the selling was good. The story in itself was good. The further explanation on Tuesday where Sami Zayn was like, yo, man, Shane had you beat. Why the fuck did he have to climb back up there? Because he doesn't give a shit about you. He doesn't give a shit about anything but himself. I love the fact that I didn't have that context on Sunday.
I love that too.
You know, it felt like even with all these loose ends after the match, it was still a good match. It wasn't a bad match. It was a good match. It was hard to follow the first Hell in a Cell, but it was still a good match.
Can I throw out a criticism about the match itself? When they were on top of the cell and they kept doing like big slams and stuff on top of the cell, and every time it was like, oh man, they might fall through. I was like, yeah, calmate. Like, you know, like they had already they did like
by the fourth one, you were already like, that shit ain't gonna break.
Exactly. I was like, all right, we get the point. We're done. We're done. We get it. It didn't break, and they're up there teasing it to break. No, let's move on from this.
My rebuttal.
That went on a little bit too long. That's
rebuttal. That was literally WWE 2K games. Because everybody plays the games. The first stipulation match you pick is Hell in a Cell, and the first thing you do is climb your fat ass to the top just to throw your opponent over. So watching that in real life for a solid 6 minutes was probably more entertaining than the rest of the match.
I agree with you in the fact that it felt like a video game up there. That's exactly I'm 100% there with you when I was watching it, and I thought the same thing. I was like, this is too much like the game where, all right, in Madden or in fucking NFL Blitz, you could have 73-52, you know? But come on, that's not real life. But
that's college football.
Yeah. But like in WWE, this doesn't happen where you're up there fucking doing slams. And then, oh, man, I need to get up. Oh, God, I'm so beat up. And then another slam on top of the cage. Because like, that's just not how you book it for realsies. So that's why I thought it was a criticism. I got the same feeling, but you felt it as a positive thing. I felt that as a negative thing. But that's really my only complaint about the match.
Yeah. Which
is surprising for me. Oh, no, wait, I had one other complaint. Oh, sorry. I did. And I kind of forgot about it.
Uh-oh.
I had to question and make sure that the cage was locked to go in, and then wanted the bolt cutters to cut it to go out. Like, and then the ref was like, "No, man, like, dude, it's false count anywhere. The ref shouldn't have cared. It's false count anywhere. You may as well left the fucking thing unlocked. It's false count anywhere. Why'd you get the bolt cutters?"
You can tell he's an
and why did he want to just up and leave anyway?
Yeah.
He already had the upper hand in the match. There was no reason for him to go outside. He didn't have something planned outside. When they got out, and that was it. According to his own kayfabe, he didn't have a thing where, hey, I need to get out of the cage so I could fuck up Kevin Owens to do this. No, they got out of the cage. They brawled a little bit, this and that, and then Kevin's like, "Oh shit, we're outside. All right, I'm gonna climb to the top." It didn't make that.
I was hoping that once they got in the cage, then the whole false count anywhere thing was already done, and the match was gonna be inside the cage. So it didn't trigger me at the time. I was hoping that when Kevin Owens took his fall, that would be it. Like, we didn't need to see the whole Shane has to go up top and prove it to the kids. But again,
Robert Medlin, Shane's kids no selling. Like, your father, we're kicking your father's ass tonight.
It's like, hey, Kevin, you gonna take us to Chuck E. Cheese when it's over?
All right, Uncle Ken, thanks. Like, God damn it.
One word to describe Sami Zayn's involvement in the entire kerfuffle.
Confusing? Maybe like on Sunday. On Sunday. I think when I saw it happen, my initial reaction was like, oh, God. Like, I think that was my reaction. I know a lot of people were marking the fuck out, like, yeah, Sami Zayn, he'll turn right. And I was sitting there thinking, like, Sami's not a heel. No. Sami can't pull off being a heel. This isn't going to work. And it's stupid. Why did he just, like, I know it happens often in wrestling, but because it happens often in wrestling doesn't mean it should happen, which is you have this pure 100% good guy just do 180 overnight, and then now they're just bad evil, you know? And I'm afraid that that's what they were going to do with Sami. that there wasn't like too much thinking behind it or too much slowness behind it, or like, oh, you could really see him change. Like I was giving the compliments to Enzo last week. But Enzo, he didn't really change his personality. He just said, oh, you guys are booing me, y'all are the haters. They're a couple haters. And
I'm
then
still a nice guy.
I'm still me. I just make more money. And like he was still who he was before.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense. But with Sami, I was afraid that it was going to be like, and on Sunday I felt like this doesn't make any sense. Why the hell for years, well, a year and a half, whatever, and especially weeks leading up to the pay-per-view with him going to Shane, oh, he's a bad man, you got to be careful, Shane, oh, you know, after all that, like, why the hell would he just flip the script that quickly? You know, I didn't like it, but I loved the explanation on Tuesday. I loved it. And I love the fact that he came out with his upbeat music. He came out still trying to do his little ska dancing. He came out still with a bit of a smile. But when he got in the ring, it wasn't 180, okay, I'm a bad guy. It was, I had this well thought out explanation as to why. You were my friend. You were my best friend. But I was jealous of you because I wanted to do things the right way. And you got all the stuff that I want by not doing things the right way. So I just thought you were a jerk. But in reality, the system is a jerk, and it's Shane that's the asshole. And Shane didn't just beat you when he couldn't beat you. Nah, he just wanted to do it for himself. I was like, holy shit, man, that was very well thought out. It surprised me enough to where I'm on board totally, hands down, with this Sami Zayn heel turn. I'm good with it now.
I had 2 words.
Okay.
One on Sunday was damn. And the reason I say that was because even from Sunday when it happened up to Tuesday on SmackDown, there was never an explanation of how the fuck did he end up there. Was he a cameraman in disguise? Was he a ring announcer? Was he what? Like, you can't just have a whole match for 40 minutes, have Kevin Owens go through shit, and then suddenly, like Sami Zayn got the flute from the World 2 level of Mario 3 and just ended up there. Like, you had to have an explanation of how that guy ended up right there. And I never got it. So I was like, But then on Tuesday, it made Sami Zayn what I was hoping it would make him last week when I predicted the thing was going to happen.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Ah.
Yes. It's the perfect marriage because the 2 reasons. Number 1, you're going to see their chemistry as a 25-year friendship come out in this. Yeah. That's going to make it easier for Sami Zayn, not so much to be the bad guy heel, like, oh, I hate you because you're a piece of shit, but just like Sami Zayn is a guy unhappy with the system and unhappy with people that support the system. But secondarily and more importantly, this is going to be what could end up being the title run that Kevin Owens should have had in the first place. Because there's no chance in hell
I see what you did.
No chance in hell that Sami Zayn is going to outshine Kevin Owens the way Chris Jericho outshined Kevin Owens throughout the entire buddy relationship. So this is going to be where both guys know their roles. Sami Zayn's going to be the great supporting actor that doesn't really want to be the main actor because he's never been good at it. And then Kevin Owens, who's going to be good at it because he's got nobody on his heels going, you know what, I want some of that attention too. So this is going to be what we should have gotten. Hopefully they do something with it. Maybe Kevin Owens in the U.S. title run, maybe down the road, maybe something different, or maybe they both go off to a brand together. Dude, them as a tag team would be fucking legit. El Generico and Steen from Ring of Honor in the tag division. Yeah. Fuck the Bludgeon Brothers. Give me that shit. All right. I'd rather wait till next year for Game of Thrones to do it right than to just give me the Bludgeon Brothers right now. Fuck that. No.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what.
I'm speechless there, huh?
Porsche says, Sami is KO's bitch? I'll allow it. Like, wait, what? No, I didn't say he was going to be his bitch.
I did.
You did? Oh,
I did. Yeah. Speaking of bitches.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin's the new U.S. champ.
Okay, that is definitely a thumbs down for me.
You're struggling to find Corbin's existence for a reason, aren't you?
Well, there was a little bit of time leading up to Money in the Bank where I thought he was on the upswing, and I was like, yeah, cool. I'm going to give this boy a shot.
I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah, yeah.
And but then,
it kind of quickly lost its shine and I don't care. And I think I'm more upset with the fact that he won it by pinning Tyler, or not Tyler, but Ty, than if he had beat AJ or something, you know, because now it's like, all right, this other guy that you were strapping a rocket to who couldn't take a loss wound up taking the loss. I think AJ could have taken the loss and been okay, you know, but now where the fuck's Ty going to be? Ty wasn't on a program with them on fucking Tuesday. You know, it was all about AJ and Corbin and them getting the rematch, and so I'm like, fuck, man, Ty's gonna get lost in the shuffle. Ty was the one who took the pin, so he didn't make AJ look weak or whatever. So it's like, oh man, dude, that sucks, man. That sucks for Ty, because I know AJ's good. I know AJ's going to be good with or without the title. I know AJ's going to be good with or without this loss to Corbin. Corbin, okay, fine. You're going to give him a win? Fine, give him a win. Or you want to give him a title, see if he gets over with the title? Okay, great. But not at the expense of fucking Ty. Said about all this. Am I wrong? Is this the wrong perspective to have?
No.
Okay.
Something about Corbin after. Now, it might be my fault because I tend to listen to the rumblings. I read a lot of dirty sheets. You know, I don't use new paper. I mean, I know that he's had some issues in the back, and that's hindered his growth momentum. But something about it just in the last couple of weeks has been like, I think we need to tune him down a little bit. Like, I would have rather seen Rusev in the position that Corbin's in right now with another run at the U.S. title.
Definitely.
Rusev versus AJ? Come on. Rusev, AJ tie. Last Sunday instead of Corbin. You know, so it's just weird. I mean, it's going to take me a little bit of growing pains, me being the guy out of the three of us that was the most optimistic, and even then it wasn't a lot, but I was still giving him a little bit of credit. Yeah. You know? So to the point where I just completely tuned out of watching the main event, which was the rematch, AJ versus Corbin on SmackDown for the belt. I completely had no interest in watching it.
Yeah, I didn't have that much interest in watching it either, because I felt like it was one of these, okay, to be a new champ, you have to beat the current champ twice because of the fucking automatic rematch clause. It's you know.
The biggest problem right now for me with SmackDown, it sucks because I don't want to be a hypocrite. I really don't want to be a hypocrite. SmackDown has always been the land of opportunity. We would have never gotten Edge. We would have never gotten Eddie Guerrero. We never would have gotten John Cena. We never would have gotten JBL. We never would have gotten King Booker. So I should be optimistic that we have Jinder Mahal as a WWE champion. Yeah. I should be optimistic that Baron Corbin, a guy that didn't even get a sniff of a belt in NXT because everybody hated his attitude, now finally has a belt. But no. Where's my Nakamura? Where's my AJ Styles? Like,
well, it's not like AJ's been buried.
Well, it's not that AJ's been buried. It's just like there's a lot of talent on there. We haven't even talked about Rude versus Ziggler. You know, you might have your disparaging feelings against Rude. I might have my worn out feelings against the stale Ziggler. But in the ring, the talent's there. Yeah. But right now, we're not talking about either of those, because right now the guys that have the gold are guys that the talent level's like at 2,000 RPM and everybody else is idling 3 times that. It's just weird. Okay. It's just really weird. Like, I'm hoping Survivor Series being the next pay-per-view. My overall impression of last Tuesday's SmackDown was this felt like an episode of SmackDown where you know the pay-per-view is not coming for another 9 weeks because they have plenty of time to kill. So they gave us a lot of stuff that I was like, okay, we're going to get Orton versus Nakamura tagging after they just fought for #1 contender. I'll forget about that. But so I'm hoping Survivor Series starts setting the tone for the next couple of rivalries that'll build up to at least the Royal Rumble. You know, hopefully somebody pins Jinder in a 4-man match, and that's the next #1 contender. If somehow Corbin screws it up, his first pay-per-view, or something like it feels like we're in a rut right now with SmackDown. At least for me, it feels like SmackDown's in a rut right now. I like the fact that Ascension is back. I can appreciate that they're bringing another tag team with Rowan and Harper. I don't know what the hell they're going to do. Are they going to beat people up with
their hammers?
With their hammers?
Are they going to be the actual Hammer Brothers?
And you know, we have Shelton Benjamin and Gable as the new number one contenders against the Usos. I'm in. Like, there's things in there that are still keeping me optimistic about the SmackDown brand. But when you're looking at the top and you see the guys that are up there and you've seen what they've produced lately.
Yeah.
Corbin's matches, the last couple of matches haven't been up to snuff. You know, Jinder's rivalry with Orton towards the end was kind of sputtering, and then him and Nakamura, like that was like peanut butter and like piss. Like, it just didn't go together. Like, it just didn't work. So, and now we have this episode of SmackDown, and we did not have your heavyweight champion at all. We had the episode of Raw the night before. You didn't have your heavyweight champion at all. Like, right now is the time where we need to have stature on the top and be prominent and like be credible. I think Jinder's lost all his credibility as heavyweight champion.
Well, before we completely transition to Jinder, I want to get some of the stuff in on the chat because there were some dissenting opinions, which I hate. Please bring them. Brian says Corbin going over on AJ is not believable and it's burying AJ. I didn't think it would have been burying AJ, but I guess I could see how somebody would say Corbin, he hasn't won shit. He's not that good of a guy. Him burying AJ, no, that shouldn't happen.
You expect AJ to just walk out and quit?
Yeah, I know. I get it, but I do also feel that at this juncture it would have been okay. But I understand your opinion.
The rematch was too soon. You could have built this up.
Yeah.
So if AJ would have lost one-on-one, I wouldn't have had that reaction. But it felt like that happened too quick.
Then Robert Medlin says Ty needs some more development. AJ moves to the main title picture. I'm okay with Baron Corbin being champ. So I don't know if Ty needs more development. I mean, I think he's there. If you just give him a program for him to like have something good to do, he's got it in the ring. He's got it with the fucking the gimmick with the 10. He's got the charisma. He's got the talking ability. Dude, he's got everything right now. He just needs a fucking a push.
The perfect
he needs a push
against the handsome Rusev.
Yeah, I'd buy that. Right now, I'd buy any fucking thing that gives extra shine to.
Flashback to the hotel in Dallas, remember?
Oh, shit.
Something wicked this way comes.
That wasn't scary at all. That wasn't scary at all, I think.
Porgs! Oh, never mind.
That was weird. Apparently, the ghost in the house doesn't appreciate my opinions on Ty Dillinger. Okay. Well, so yeah, I think Ty's there. I think Ty can handle it. Oh God, Porsche, what are you doing?
Hey, if she wants to be on all fours,
you're still gonna be on camera.
No, not.
Okay, you're definitely on camera.
You don't see me.
God damn it!
Oh, don't see me.
Oh Lord. Okay.
smells like applesauce too.
Live YouTubing, folks. Oh jeez.
Tell my family I love them, but this ghost kills me.
Yeah.
Jinder.
Chris screams, it's just him looking into a mirror. Aw. Definitely saving AJ and Nakamura for WrestleMania. Yeah, I agree with you.
Is
Robert.
that too obvious though?
But I don't care.
Right now,
I don't care. I want it to happen at WrestleMania. Why not? The biggest fucking stage that you can.
Dude, the last couple of months, starting in June, WWE, for their credit, have been making a decent effort of making their show-specific pay-per-views pretty top-heavy. Mm-hmm. You know, in June, for Raw, we had a 5-way for your number one contender. In July, great balls. We had Samoa Joe against fucking Brock Lesnar. You know, we had freaking No Mercy in September with Lesnar Strowman. Making the effort of making sure that you're watching the Raw specific or SmackDown specific pay-per-views, that there's matches that are worth it. Why shelve Nakamura Styles? Why not? Dude, give me Nakamura versus Styles in October. Fucking give me Nakamura versus Conor McGregor at WrestleMania.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. God damn it.
Is that it for SmackDown? Because I think we covered everything. Everything that's worth mentioning.
Yeah, I think that's it.
NXT.
Oh, wait. Women's division. Charlotte, after I don't need you anymore, now all of a sudden needs her dad. I get it that Rick almost died. So that kind of supersedes storyline, I guess it's just, I don't know, the continuity thing is, it bothers me. It bothers me that Charlotte was supposed to not care about him the last time we saw him, and now they're breaking the fourth wall, kind of ish, but making it seem like it's not breaking the fourth wall by, hey, my dad almost died, so yeah, I care about my dad. It's like, I needed that 30-second explanation in between. If we're going to bring this into storyline and bring this into kayfabe, even though it's a real thing, I still needed that, like, you know what, maybe I was too hard on my dad. Me almost losing him made me realize that I do still need you, or something like that. But for them to just kind of it without acknowledging it, like, it just
too half-assed.
Yeah.
Right? Charlotte's credibility for me went down the tubes in the beginning when she first showed up on the roster, and they made it too obvious that she was Ric Flair's daughter. And they went through the entire effort to, like, shun each other from the relationship. And now all of a sudden that they finally embraced the fact that she's a Flair and she's just running with it on her own, making her own name for herself with a last name like Flair. And being on SmackDown, I was finally starting to come around. And now this whole thing with Flair again is like, oh, come on, man, just let it go. You were doing so good by yourself. Your promos were getting better without having that crutch of a whole family situation, which was kind of what was starting to bring me down with this whole Natty rivalry. And come on, man, you and I as grown-ass men, dude, Ric Flair has lived like 4 lifetimes worth of life in this life. It's already been kumbaya, damn. So this whole thing with the Flair family, dude,
I wouldn't have minded if they just, like, didn't acknowledge it at all. I just let that be just a backstage thing, and that's it.
I have the network. I know that these two women wrestled at TakeOver with the whole family thing going on with Ric Flair and Bret Hart at ringside. So why are you going to try to do this again? Like,
and my other problem with that is they're really trying to make fetch happen with the rivalry between the Harts and the Flairs. Okay, first off, there's only been one Flair before Charlotte. It's not like, okay, it was Anvil and Brett and Owen and Bulldog versus Rick and Morty and Stevie, and, you know, like, there's only been one fucking Flair to go up against.
There's only been one match that we all remember that was worthwhile, and that's when Hart countered the figure 4 with the sharpshooter and beat Flair for the heavyweight title. That's the only match that people know. There's no fucking rivalry.
Yeah, like after Natty versus Charlotte, after this being a lengthy thing, once they're gone and retired, then we could say, oh, there's this long
Hatfields
history.
and McCoys.
Yeah,
Flairs and Hearts.
Yeah. Now, then you could say, but now it's like, dude, you're making a fucking rivalry that's not a rivalry yet. You know, like, I mean, not even a rivalry. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, what the word
rivalry.
Is. No, not rivalry, because there's definitely a rivalry there. But to, like, say that there's, like, this long-standing blood feud between these two families, like a dynasty versus dynasty thing, like, that's not true.
No.
Okay, NXT.
Lars, go.
I like Lars. I like Lars a lot. I don't know what else to say.
There's not much to say.
I like that he is kind of in the same. It's kind of the same reason why I like Braun, where you got these big fucking monster behemoth dudes that are going to fuck you up, but they still got a brain between their ears. You know, Braun, yeah, sure, he's like, that's it. But he's not that one-dimensional, because he could cut a promo and, like, sound like a regular human being.
Now,
yeah.
we didn't have to wait that long with Lars.
Right, and Lars now, like, he was like, okay, fine, I could get enraged, and they want, I'll beat him up too. And, you know, like, talking about his upcoming match with Danny Burch, I'm like,
that's gonna be fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't wait for that.
I guess you could say I like the humanizing of these over-the-top characters, because you never really saw that with
King Kong Bundy.
Yeah. You never saw that with King Kong Bundy. You never saw that with Andre the Giant.
You didn't get that with Bam Bam until, like, late in his WWF career.
And you didn't really get that with Big Show until late into his career.
The only person that comes close... You didn't get it with Kane. The only person I remember that comes close that you had that kind of, like, natural talent and charisma... Okay. And even then, that wasn't until once he got
They still
a lot
downplayed it.
of light in WCW, because his stuff in New Japan, unless you were watching that stuff, you wouldn't really appreciate it for what it was. But once you gave Vader some time in WCW, his shit with Sting, oh yeah, you could tell that was going to be that kind of kid. And that's the feeling I get with Lars.
Yeah,
he's going to be that kind of like talent.
I think one of the long-standing disconnects between the fans and between what WWE, aka Vince, wants, especially when it comes to big guys, is the fact that whenever Vince pushes a big guy, it's like this big, dumb, lumbering menace, and that's it. Whereas
Gonzalez.
Yeah. Whereas the fans want more character, enriched characters. And historically in WWE, you've never seen that with the big guys. So I think that's why I'm really digging this evolution of Braun. Like, I didn't dig Braun until just recently. Like, when he was with the fucking Wyatt family, I was like, okay, he's just another Wyatt member. And like, that's it. But now that he's really been on his own, he's been doing real good. I think this is the nice, I wouldn't say compromise, because compromise implies that you're losing two things. I think this is a nice
hybrid
amalgamation of both things, where we as wrestling fans want character. We want HBK, we want The Rock, we want Jericho, we want character.
Flamboyance almost.
Yeah, flamboyance. Yeah. But even not even to the point of flamboyancy necessarily with these super big guys, but at least make them real people, make them human. You know, and that's what we're getting with Lars. That's what we're getting with Braun. And when I say human, I don't necessarily mean weak. You know, like, oh, you got to humanize him. That means he's not going to be a big tough guy. No, he's still a big tough guy. He's just a dude that actually, you know, speaks English. You know,
knows how to enunciate.
Yeah, who can be smart enough to outsmart another wrestler who might be maybe faster than him or stronger than him or whatever, to be intelligent enough to actually pull shit out on the ring where, oh shit, he did that. Kind of like how I feel about Cage on Lucha Underground. Cage, he's
smart.
He's smart. He's a human, but I'm not a man machine. But can you imagine Cage in WWE in the 80s? He'd just be some big dude who just go out there and do a body slam or two, get a pin.
He's the third bushwhacker.
Goddamn. All right. Sorry. What else on
All right, so you're gushing on Lars.
Yeah.
Dude, I need to get a tape measure to find out how high the Velveteen Dream got on that elbow drop. Yes! And you're talking about matches that could make our match of the year list. I already have extremely high expectations for Velveteen Dream versus Aleister Black.
You can only get so erect.
Yeah. These aren't glasses, they're protective goggles. Shit, man. And it's not just the talent or like I said, the flamboyance of Velveteen, but he's also being serious. Dude, Aleister Black just dirt off his shoulders like Jay-Z, man. He just went and did his own fucking entrance and ignored him. Yeah. And Velveteen went from hey to acknowledge me, god damn it. I was like, oh shit, this is getting fucking nice. Good.
And you know what else that shows? That shows psyche. That shows character. That shows what the motivating factor behind the Velveteen Dream is. He's not just this weird guy who has a funny name because wrestling. He's like a guy that said, I'm going to be flamboyant because I need attention. Yeah. Like, that makes him human. I need attention. You will acknowledge me. You will acknowledge me. And he's not acknowledging him. Oh, fuck. Then like, you could even fucking psychoanalyze him back to like he was a kid. Oh, his daddy didn't give him enough attention when he was little, and that's why he's craving attention or some shit like that. Like, you can make up like a storyline about that, but it makes sense as a fucking human being. It's not just like some weird ass character that's
it's like Aleister Black in the rings, like Ninja's killed his mama, so he's already used to being all stern and shit.
Yeah,
oh my, fucking good.
Yeah, it was good.
I wish I could have seen a little bit of Leo Rush in NXT. Like I've seen him in Ring of Honor, Prospect winner this year, 22 years old. Dude. Why is he even in NXT? Throw his ass in the cruiserweight division. He's been everywhere already. Do it. We need new life in 205, you know, and that would have been a good start. But regardless, dude, I'm very much looking between Aleister Black and now Velveteen Dream. Those are my 1 and 1A as far as reasons why I'm watching NXT right now.
Yeah,
on a regular basis. If it's
And
not because Alistair's on TV, it's because Velveteen's on TV now. Because there's something about Patrick Clark in his character. It feels like he's 8 years old and he's playing out his dream of pretending to be Prince. But he's doing it so well that it's coming across on television like, dude, he's fucking living the character, but he's making it work on so many levels, again, because of the psyche of him wanting to get attention and him being as athletic as he is. Like, dude, it's talent, like it's stuff like that that keeps me interested on the potential of what NXT could be as the amalgamation, as you put it,
those SAT words
of development and a third brand.
Okay.
Seeing guys like that.
If we want to gush over how pretty the Velveteen Dream's elbow drop is, I want to see a tag team of the Velveteen Dream and Kairi Sane, and them do a tandem finisher where they both do their own elbow drops onto one foe.
Patrick dressed as a pirate and Kairi with the boa. Okay. Yeah. The boa is taller than Kairi. Yeah, do it.
Dude.
Senpai.
You want to talk? I want attention, Senpai. Give me
Oh, shit.
Goddamn. Yeah. Dude, Kairi Sane's fucking insane elbow is amazing. I love that elbow. And I can't figure out which one I love more. They're both they're both pretty, but in their own way. Like, Velveteen gets fucking height and then drops like a brick, but like he stiffens his whole body where he just doesn't move, and you can tell all the weight's going onto that elbow.
Yeah.
Where Kairi, she like leaps gracefully and then kicks out her legs, and it just looks flowy and pretty.
It reminds me of the old debate of Eddie Guerrero versus RVD, where Eddie Guerrero's frog splash had like impact. You could hear the wind ripple against your ears when you heard Eddie Guerrero's, but RVD's was so high and pretty. Yeah, and even like sometimes he would turn it and he would still like get all of it. Oh, it's like
strength versus accuracy, because Kairi, I could believe that she could hit you precisely where she wants to hit you.
She could hit this thing right here, this tip of the elbow, right at the center of your heart.
Yeah,
and
she's
she
like,
could aim it in with her eyes closed.
Like, oh, I know it's going to be between the second and third vertebrae, and it's going to be a centimeter to the left, and da-da-da. Okay, right there, bam. But, like, Velveteen, he gets up there and he just, I'm gonna hit all of you.
3 days later, he finally comes down.
Yeah, and like
boom, like Jordan.
It doesn't matter. the impact is just so big that it doesn't matter how accurate it is, and that's why they're both. That's why they both work on the same brand. Because if this was Raw and you have Roman Reigns doing a spear, and then you have somebody else that you call up, like Rhino or fucking Goldberg doing a spear, and then Edge comes back for one night only and does a spear. I'm like, fuck all these spears, man. What the fuck? But these two elbows,
none of y'all are good enough in football anyway. Goddamn.
Mojo does a spear.
Or CFL. Oh,
you know, but these two elbows, I love both of them, and I don't mind seeing them on the same show, even when that show is only 1 hour.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Too soon to put the belt on Kairi at TakeOver?
No, because it would have been like, what, a month and a half between her winning the fucking tournament? Well, maybe even more than a month and a half. 2 months?
It will be 3 by the time we get to...
Okay, yeah, from her winning the Mae Young Classic and then fucking NXT TakeOver Houston War Games. For me to be like, yeah, she's already the uncrowned champ in my eyes because she won the fucking tournament. So it's not too early for me.
What'd you think of the main event for the NXT title, Roderick Strong against Drew McIntyre?
It was a good match. Possible match of the week candidate as well, but again,
stiff competition.
Moot point.
Yeah.
But there is something that happens every so often that it makes me go, oh. Which is when you see guys from the indie circuit all of a sudden make it to WWE, and the visual that you have in your brain is different than what actually happens because of the height disparity. I've never seen Drew Galloway as a big guy, as Drew Galloway being a guy who outpowers people, and he's just a ruthless monster because he's so big. And like, I've never seen him as that kind of guy. And I've never seen Roderick Strong, in my mind's eye, be a little guy who's a scrappy young lad who could actually, maybe, run around circles with you and Rey Mysterio you. Like, I've never pictured that in my brain. So when I see on paper Roderick Strong versus Drew McIntyre, I'm like, oh, these are two very evenly matched guys. Both are indie guys. One has had success in ROH, one has had success in TNA. They probably have a bit of that similar new agey hybrid indie style. Okay, cool. Grit. Yeah, this is going to be a very even, close matchup. And then you see the visual disparity, and it's like, ooh, there's a cognitive dissonance there that just makes me uncomfortable. And I'm like, I don't get it. And then it brings me back to the thing that Arnold keeps saying, because I work with him, so I get to talk to him, even though he hasn't said this on the show yet. At least I don't think, because he's been missing the last few weeks. Who Adam Cole is, okay? But you and I do. We've interviewed the guy in person. We know him. He's a great dude. He's okay, and he's a really good wrestler. And in ROH, I'm like, fuck yeah. So when he comes over to TNA, or excuse me, to NXT, I'm like, fuck yeah. Hey, Arnold, you need to check this guy out because he doesn't watch ROH. You need to check this guy out. He pretty much only watches WWE, and he barely watches NXT, right?
Sheep.
His first thing about him is like, this is the guy everybody's talking about. Dude, he's so little. That's exactly what he told me. He's like, but he's so little. And I'm like, but he's Adam Cole, but he's not little.
But baby.
Oh, wait. That motherfucker is little. And it's like, oh, yeah, I get why WWE is in the position they are, and I get why they try to be larger than life, because, like, their short guys are taller than most indie guys. Yeah. When they go out recruiting and getting people to come in, that their average height is, like, 6 inches taller than the average height of everybody else that's out there. And, man, it just makes for a bad visual,
Just wait till Donovan Dijak debuts.
Oh, yeah. Donovan Dijak is probably, well, yeah.
6'8"?
6'8". He's probably going to be like 1 inch taller than fucking,
1 inch taller than fucking Brian Kendrick.
Yeah. So it's like, it's that disconnect there.
The disconnect that I had, again, I can understand where you're coming from visually. I remember flashbacks in the back of my head about 2 years ago, Ring of Honor television, randomly, for no reason, because that's what Ring of Honor does. We had Roderick Strong against Shinsuke Nakamura, and I was like, fuck, at the time I was dating someone, I was like, bend over, now! I was like, I fucking loved it. And the same thing, Nakamura's got about maybe 3 or 4 or 5 inches on Roderick Strong, but when you start seeing them wrestle, oh, dude, all that shit goes out the window. Mm-hmm. The problem with this match is that Drew McIntyre has wrestled in WWE or in that safe wrestling enough that he knows the pattern, he knows the rhythm, not so much the 5 moves of doom, but he knows that there's a start, middle, and an end, and you go in one direction. Indie wrestlers, they like to go in all kinds of fucking directions, and then when it's time to stop, they just stop. There were many times during that Roderick Strong Drew McIntyre match where I don't think Roderick Strong knew when the end was, because there was no signature to lead into the taunt, to lead into the I might kill you, and then you get killed, and then the match is over. It just felt like it felt like I know now. I got the impression that I know now why Roddy is in NXT, because he needs to learn how to go in a direction. Okay. Instead of just going like all over the place and before you end up wherever it is you end up. Yeah. Even for me, that finish kind of felt like it came out of nowhere with Drew McIntyre hitting the Claymore.
Yeah.
And
that was another criticism I had about the match. Oh my God, he used the stick kick. It's the stick kick. Oh my God, it's over. This is it. Yeah. I can't believe you pulled out the stick kick. And then 1-2 kick out. Oh my God, he kicked out of the stick kick. Oh, I can't believe it. Yeah. And then Claymore, 1, 2, 3. Oh wow, he beat him with the Claymore. Yeah. Okay, guys, it's pretty much the same goal. Why are y'all marking the fuck out for the one that got the 2 count, not the one for the 3 count? Like, I think the commentary should have been flip-flopped on that.
Oh my God.
But
love the tease at the end.
Yeah.
Undisputed Era come out and tell
Yeah, that
Roderick
was cool.
Strong, hey man,
Mm-hmm.
I love you, man. Join us.
He was all like,
Yeah. Respect. Leaves the door open. I don't know what's gonna happen. If you want to get spoiled, go to ToyotaCenterTickets.com. You'll probably find out. But
they have the card on the.
well, they showed video of the whole War Games thing, and they announced the teams.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, that goes back to the original Spoiler Joe situation where it's happened. We can tell you, but you know, we don't want to ruin your DVR of life.
Right.
That it's coming eventually. So go fuck yourself. So that's NXT in a nutshell. You ready to get Raw?
Ooh. Oh my.
Tell me something from Raw that is a positive for you. Even if it's not, other than the Shield. Start with something other than the Shield.
Dude, I'm gonna need help.
Is that hard, huh?
I'm drawing a blank.
Get to it.
I'm drawing.
The only reason that Raw is trending right now is because they reunited the Shield.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I think so. That's the biggest story coming out of Raw.
Like they didn't slow burn this. Like we started the shows. Like, you're ready to bust that nut?
I'm gonna get mine.
Here you go. Shield.
So okay, so we're gonna just go ahead
Just
and
go
bust that
into
nut
it.
too.
Yeah,
Okay, fine.
Shield.
I went back and re-listened to our episode last week. And well, mostly because since Arnold wasn't here, we were working and he was like, hey, I want to know what happened on the show. So we were both watching. And there was something that you kept saying that I guess maybe I didn't catch in the moment because I was doing my own stuff. I was
Scratching yourself.
Scratching, yes. Doing all the things. And the thing that you kept telling me was that, but yeah, dummy, the whole point is to get Roman Reigns over.
I love that segment. I remember that.
I kept trying to come up with other, like, oh, well, what if this and what if that and what if here and, oh, if they do this with Roman, then, yeah, but that's not the point, dummy. The point is to not boo Roman Reigns. And I'm like, oh, okay. So now rewatching our episode from last week and have you verbally reminding me twice now.
That voice is
I
going to
went
haunt you in
into-
your sleep for weeks.
It haunted me while I was watching Raw. While I was watching Raw, I was sitting there watching The Shield. The whole point, dummy, is to get you to cheer for Roman Reigns. And I'm like, they're trying to get me to cheer Roman Reigns. I do declare, sir.
Oh, my
I
God.
might be a small-time pizza lawyer.
Oh, by the way, the extra most bestest. Oh.
Is it good?
Oh.
Is it better than the regular?
Oh. It's only $1 more. Don't do yourself any further injustice. Extra most bestest.
Because somebody in the house who's sitting on the couch right now, doesn't like Little Caesars. So
Oh, Randy's gone.
No, not that one. Somebody who's still sitting on the couch.
I don't see anybody sitting anywhere.
Well, laying on the couch. That one.
Oh,
She doesn't like Little Caesars. So
can't win them all.
It's gross.
see, she says it's gross. Yeah. So, but
I like to punish myself.
maybe the new one might be better. Would you be willing to try the
It's
new
actually
one?
going to be grosser because it's 40% more cheese and 80% more pepperoni. So if you don't like it now, you're going to despise it later. So nah.
Okay. Well,
You
because
still have that free Papa John's
See,
on
the
your
thing
account.
with Little Caesars is that they're a good company.
I like
They're-
extra meat.
They're not assholes like the all the other big companies out there. Like Papa John's tends to they don't have good business practices, but Little Caesars does. But according to somebody in the house, their food sucks. So
I'll give them money for their whatever charity they are promoting. I ain't doing that other shit.
all right.
Oh,
Listening to the
How
crowd.
do we get on Little Caesars?
Listening to the crowd. Was it working?
Was what working?
Were the people cheering Roman?
Oh, yeah. Everybody was cheering Roman. But it wasn't because they were only cheering Roman. It's not like they were saying, yay, Roman. They were saying, yay, Shield. You know? So by de facto they were cheering for Roman because they were cheering for the whole thing. But yeah, they were getting a reaction. They were getting a positive reaction. It was probably the first time since fucking Roman can remember that he got a fucking positive reaction, which I'm sure is great for Roman and is great for Vince because he gets off on people cheering for the guys that he likes. But me sitting there knowing that they're trying to get me to cheer Roman made me go like, all right.
I'm sorry.
Because
I'm so sorry.
But there's another part of it too. And the other part is this. I loved DX more than I liked Stone Cold by himself, more than I liked The Rock by himself. I was a DX guy. I fucking love DX.
Triple H, Shawn in China, or Triple H, X-Pac, Road Dogg, Badass?
Triple H, X-Pac, Road Dogg, Badass. Sometimes China.
Straight up.
Sometimes China. But I fucking loved them. Okay, when Shawn would come around every now and again, I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. But
go home, Grandpa.
DX,
yeah.
The fucking jerseys with the suck it on the back and number 69 and all that shit.
Oh, shit.
And, ladies and gentlemen, to bring to you the tag team champions of the world. Like, oh, fuck, I love that. You know, X-Pac going out and doing the fucking pyro and the jumping up and doing the big chop. Oh, man, I love DX. Then when DX came back, and it was just Shawn and Triple H, I was like, oh, okay, cool, but yay, it's DX. At least I get to hear, break it down, dude. All right, cool. Oh, they put the filter back up on the screen when they come out. Okay, that's cool.
They still say suck it.
They still
and
say
you get
suck
on your
it.
knees and you get ready.
Okay. Where's Badass? Where's Pac? Where's that D-O-double-G? Oh, man, that kind of sucks. It's a little disappointing. Wait, why are they making poopy jokes? Wait, no, I don't know. Maybe, and then, like...
Because it's Shawn, it's holy shit.
Yeah. So it was like, I was very excited for it. Very excited. Hell yeah, my favorite faction of all time. Hell yeah. And I was like, oh, well, and then they went away. And then they came back again. Oh, but that was terrible. And then, oh God. So it was like, no, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that this Shield reunion is going to be like that first DX reunion where I'm like super excited when it first happens because, God damn it, it's the Shield. But maybe they're not quite the same. You know, maybe, I don't know. My track record, just going off of DX, is like, man, this is going to suck. And the third time that they're going to get back together, the fourth time they're going to get back together, and so on and so forth, it's going to be worse and worse every time. They're not going to be able to capture that same lightning in the bottle. I'm looking at it, I guess, overly pessimistically. I don't know. But sitting there watching it, I was like, this is cool. Why only an hour into it do they all of a sudden have T-shirts? Hold up. They were planning this. Wait a second. Damn, that kind of just took me out of the whole thing. It wasn't like, hey, man, we're going to get back together. Okay, we're back together. And then next week, hey, man, we got shirts made. All right, cool. Now, boom, let's put the thing in the shield. All right, no. Since they left, came back an hour later, had shirts, it made me feel like, yeah, this is a work. Yeah, I'm not lost. Organic. Yeah, I'm not lost in the moment of it. It's like, oh, fucking.
The moment's right here.
Yeah.
Cheer for Roman Reigns. You dummy.
Yeah, and so it took me out of it. And, like, I haven't cared almost at all about Dean. I've been somewhat caring about Seth, but that's kind of on the decline. And Roman's Roman. So it's like, man, you got to put them all together, and it's like, oh, Jesus, okay, this isn't quite the same. But, hey, at least they're all former world champs now. When they were the Shield back then, they were young upstarts who had, like, a future ahead of them. Okay, cool. Yeah, but now, oh, well, maybe now that they are all former world champs, maybe now they're going to be stronger, and maybe they're going to keep identities by themselves. Because remember, for the longest time, we didn't know who the leader of the Shield was. We assumed it was Ambrose, but then no, it might be Roman. But oh no, it wound up being fucking Rollins. Like, oh, okay, cool. But they all kind of were like very homogenous. Like you didn't really know the difference between them. I'm thinking, well, maybe now this time their individual personalities will come out a little bit more, and okay, that could be a good thing. But then they all come out with the fucking same T-shirts, and they're just like, "Oh, this feels like whatever the cheering equivalent is of a money grab, a pop grab. It just feels like a pop grab.
Put that in HWR dictionary. Pop grab.
Pop grab.
Yep.
Do you feel? Please talk. I feel like I've been talking about this for 15 minutes by myself.
I hope Vince has come to the realization in the last couple of years that he is not Hypnotoad. Like, you can have Roman Reigns surrounded by a dozen Hooters girls in wet T-shirts. I am still not going to cheer Roman the way Vince McMahon wants me to cheer Roman. I am not going to gobble up merch for Roman Reigns the way Vince McMahon wants me to gobble up merch for Roman Reigns. I am not going to rush to Redbox to rent Roman Reigns' first straight-to-DVD movie like Vince McMahon's really wanting me to rent that goddamn movie. Dude, no. I know what we're doing here. The entire purpose of this game is Roman. We're trying to get reactions for Roman so that hopefully that residue will rub off when we decide that, hey, by the way, all three of these guys are former champions, unless you want to have them invade all the shows and have one of them with the NXT champ, one with the Universal champ, one with the World champ. Holy crap, what did I just do there? But unless you're going to do that, this shit ain't going to last.
Yeah.
And we're going to get right back to square one. I'm hoping at least Dean and Seth aren't going to be as boring as they were before we put them back together. Because that felt, them coming together, it felt ham-fisted, but at least they tried to tell us a story of why it was ham-fisted. Like, at least this story was sponsored by Arby's. This one now with Roman being put together, bringing the whole Shield together, it's like, why the fuck does The Miz care? You know, why? Like, why are we doing this?
Well, again, that goes back to my complaint last week about the other side of this. Miz is
you gotta bury the Miz in all this shit.
Yeah, the Miz is disrespecting his own fucking faction for Cesaro to be with them, but now it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna give out the Mizzies and give it to Axel. So okay, I guess you're trying to kiss the ass of your own fucking crew. All right, fine, whatever. But now it's 4-on-3. Oh, Bo's injured. Is he legit injured? Is he not? What? I don't know. But okay, so Bo's not there.
Well, we need to give Braun something to do because the fans still want Braun to kill people.
And now Braun's involved in all this. So that's 5 if you're not counting Bo. Okay, 6. We're building up to TLC. We're not building up to Survivor Series, right? Well, maybe we are, and this is just a slow burn. Okay, cool. So you have Cesaro, the Miz Taraj, and the Miz. Somehow Braun gets cycled in there. Maybe Bo is still hurt or whatever. Okay, that's 5 versus the Shield and who? I don't know. Maybe they're gonna reprise Cassius Ohno, an original Shield member, and maybe get another new Shield. Leo Rush, a new Shield member.
Jason Jordan's been feuding with the Miz. Miz keeps bringing up his unborn child and how he's gonna be better than Kurt Angle's bastard kid. And the Shield and Jason Jordan against Cesaro and the Miz. And
again, that goes back to my whole pop grab thing. Yeah. Is this just for Survivor Series? And is this only lasting until Survivor Series? Is that the end? Because the Shield originally, you didn't know when it was going to end. You didn't even think about it ending. It just ended. Mm-hmm. You weren't expecting it. But, man, you had an awesome ride. But here I'm thinking, all right, what's the end game? Is the end game Survivor Series just so they could have a Survivor Series match? Okay. Because that happened with DX. Didn't it? Mm-hmm. DX is like, oh, man, we're going to reunite for Survivor Series. Okay, it's going to be DX and the Hardys and CM Punk. Okay, cool. And CM Punk stole all their fucking pop.
Are you ready?
Yeah. It's like, this was supposed to be to get us fucking over. We needed a 5th guy. Yeah, why not Punk? And Punk was the one who wound up stealing all their fucking shine.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, fuck DX. Yeah, fuck the Hardys. I want that guy. Then you want Punk. Yeah, the guy on ECW. Yeah. It's like, okay, is that what's going to happen here with the Shield? All right, we get the 3 members of the Shield versus these 5 other guys. Are the other 3 going to fucking, are other 2?
We've talked enough about the Shield. Banjo Worldwide.
Oh, fuck. That made me chuckle. You remind me of Pancake Patterson.
That reminded me of the Geico commercial where the guy did the triangle solo.
It reminds me of why I think it's such a travesty that fucking Titus O'Neil hasn't been as prominent in the years that he's been around as he should be.
Yeah, I agree.
Pancake Patterson happened, what, 2 years ago? And that was fucking
That was
gold.
5 years ago.
Was it? Well, it was fucking gold. Gold, Jerry. Gold. And then this thing, it was fucking gold. It was great. But, like, we're going to wait another 5 years for fucking Titus O'Neil to do something completely badass? No, man, please give him more to do. Put him on the screen more. Make him more prominent. And I don't want this whole part-time manager, part-time wrestler thing. Even have him be one or the other. If you're going to have it be the manager, please.
No, I disagree completely.
Okay.
This is WWE's version of 4-2-3. Get fame. We need Titus wrestling motherfuckers, and if he beats them, they become employees of Titus Worldwide. We need Titus more. Dude, the moment that I cared about, gave a damn about Apollo Crews was when he was getting his ass beat so bad that Titus O'Neil stepped in and said, hey, that's my guy. You're going to put your hands on him, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. That's when the whole Titus Worldwide clicked. So then when they brought in Akira Tozawa and he actually bled over to 205, holy shit, I'm watching 205 live. So Titus dude, Titus gives value to whatever he's attached to. He leaves things better than they were before he found them.
Which makes it even more egregious that they don't use them as much as they should. Because that stuff with Apollo, that was months ago. The stuff with Tozawa, that was like 2 months ago.
Dude.
And it's like they're cherry picking him to use at certain points, just like, okay, here and here. But you don't get Titus every fucking Raw. You don't get progression of his storyline, enriching of his character, enriching of his client's character, and enriching of his client's storylines on the reg. You don't get any of that shit on the reg.
He's just a filler.
Yeah, and that's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Because he's being fucking wasted.
Titus's next client, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, Lord. Yes. I've been saying Shinsuke needs a fucking mouthpiece. Why not Titus? Why not Titus? His charisma and Shinsuke's natural charisma, dude, they could play off each other like worldwide.
Titus teaching Shinsuke English. Shinsuke taking him to the Chinese buffet. Come on, man. It can make it work.
And then Titus and Apollo, like going to fucking, I don't know, some sort of sushi restaurant. And then the next week, you got
deep fried chicken.
No, the next week you have Nakamura and Tozawa going to like a fucking soul food place or something like that. And they like switch and they're like trying to show each other's cultures or whatever. And like, dude, that could be fucking gold, man. That could be good.
Yeah.
But no, man, they just fucking waste his shit. Like just once every few months, he actually does something.
You said that you couldn't think of anything other than the Shield as far as Raw, the positive about Raw.
Yeah.
Are there any negatives on Raw besides the Shield that you can think of? Or was Monday Night Raw simply, oh, hey, by the way, we're giving you the Shield. Watch.
I'm kind of digging what's going on with Mickey.
Woo, MILF!
Oh, right. She isn't that old, though. Like, everybody's making this big deal.
I want to see Alexa
pull
pull off Mickey's age when Alexa gets to Mickey's age.
I want to see Alexa pull off anything. She ain't that old, man. Like, I don't know. I'm not buying this fucking storyline. But
it's gonna get us to TLC women's title match.
Yeah.
Is Emma ready for Asuka?
Nobody is ready for Asuka.
That's the right
But
answer.
I'm glad that it's Emma. I want Emma to be more prominent, just like how I want Titus to be more prominent. Emma's wasted.
Tell me how you really feel.
She's been wasted. They've been wasting her and wasting her talent. And if they can get, I don't expect her to beat Asuka. Nobody is ready for Asuka, but I'm glad that she's the one that's going to be welcoming her in. That being said, I hope that her doing the job for Asuka can be like, all right, let's put you in a program afterwards to give you thanks for helping us out. Thanks for putting over the new person that we really want to get over. Let's pay you back. You know, I hope that's the kind of thing they wind up doing with her. I I love her new entrance music where it has a little, yeah, right, like right when she does it. That's so cute. Oh God, I fucking love her. I'm not like super excited for the match itself. I'm just like, hey, good for Emma. And nobody is ready for Asuka. I'm ready, and I'm glad it's not like something that we've seen super recently. Like, I'm pretty sure Emma versus Asuka happened, but I don't remember that like at the forefront in my mind. Like, I thought Bayley versus Bayley versus Asuka happened. Okay, Charlotte or Sasha versus Asuka. Okay, yeah. Dana, fuck Dana. You know, like Emma. Okay, yeah, that's fresh enough that I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I just found it odd that all the women all of a sudden like, yeah, I want to die from Asuka. Yeah,
me. I want to die.
Me.
Let's die. Let's die together.
Still, I don't think there's any woman on the women's roster right now that is any worse than Sister Abigail. Help me out here. Help me care about Sister Abigail. And even then, that's not who got the worst of that promo, actually.
I can't help you out here. I can't.
You can't make it interesting?
No. I mean, other than the fact that we're probably going to see Bray in drag, which that's kind of interesting, I guess. I don't know. I don't like it.
No, sir, I don't like it.
No, sorry, I don't like it. I try to. I know that in this era, and I know a lot of people are calling it the PG era, but I think when we look back on this era, you know, maybe 20, 30 years from now, they're probably going to call this the reality era. And the reason why is because they try to move away from these one-dimensional, over-the-top characters. Like, you don't have somebody who's just a repo man turned wrestler. You know, you don't have an earthquake. You don't have a typhoon. Like, you don't have a clown wrestler. Like, you have people with first and last names. You have, you know, Cody Rhodes, your Randy Orton, your John Cena, who are, like, humans. And, yeah, sure, they have gimmicks, but they're also, like, people who like something. You know, Randy Orton likes snakes, but he also seems like he kind of is a snake or whatever. John Cena likes hip-hop. So, but you know, he's
that's what you get from John Cena first impression.
He likes Marines. He likes, you know, he
likes the power of invincibility.
Yeah. The Miz, yeah, okay, Mike Mizanin, but we call him the Miz. Okay, cool. But you know, he thinks he's Hollywood and he likes Hollywood life and movies and da 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 da. You know, you come up with these more realistic characters. I don't know if there is a place, and I'm second guessing myself here. I don't know if there is a place for a character like Bray, where it's completely over the top fictional and it's not based in reality. And then you're going to go take it instead of a step further in one direction where it's like, okay, this is why he's so weird, is because he has these psychological issues. And it's like, oh, okay. No, you're taking it further in the more fantastical direction in a bad way, where it's, and we're using a fake voice, obviously, to voice over what he's saying, and it's hokey. It's hokey, dude.
The only reason that in the last 10 years, I would say 5 years, the only reason in the last 5 years that The Undertaker still got the reactions that he did wasn't because of his character. It was because of his career. Undertaker, if his career would have started 5 years ago, he would be in the same boat that Bray Wyatt is in right now because of what you just said. Like, there's not room for character acting, like a method acting the way Bray Wyatt's doing right now. We gushed over the Velveteen Dream because he, like I said earlier, he portrays himself as an 8-year-old kid living out his dream of pretending to be Prince. Gotcha. I don't see Bray Wyatt living out his dream of being a fucked up white guy. You know, it doesn't fucking work. Like, they had the chance to make that character serious. They dropped the ball on the character of Bray Wyatt so many times that it's not worth saving now. Yeah. And by repackaging it, they should be repackaging it as something completely different. At this point, why not make Bray Wyatt like IRS's son that actually got to do what IRS never did, was hold a championship. Let me prove my family even more wrong by doing it again. Why double down on the gimmick that already is like 3 months stale and just dragging that along further?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't see the character right now of Bray Wyatt, the way it's going, getting any better.
Like, if you look at the over-the-top characters are in WWE, for the most part, these over-the-top characters don't work. And the ones that do work are the ones that they tweak themselves. Perfect example is New Day. New Day, they were supposed to be this fucking stereotype, just church choir group, and like, oh, that's it. You know, and they're going to be one-dimensional. But when the New Day were like, fuck that shit, we're going to do our own thing and be ourselves, but like take this character and not take ourselves seriously and turn it up and be who they are, but also be in the confines of this character where they don't take themselves seriously and they embrace the whimsy because that's just how goofy they are as real goofy people.
And right now it's cool to be that.
Exactly.
It's cool to embrace the whimsy and the out there.
It makes sense. So if they had stayed where it was just like, we're this church singing group and like that's it, like no, it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked at all. Like Bayley is not an 8-year-old, but if they had been portraying her as an 8-year-old, then no, it wouldn't work. But Bayley is a full-grown woman who is living out her 8-year-old fantasy of being a WWE women's wrestler who you know what? I'm in touch with my own inner child, and I want to be a beacon of hope for other little girls out there in the audience that think that they can't make it here. And you know what? I'm here, and I'm happy to be here. All shucks, but it's not like she is the little girl. You know, she's. When we don't like her is when she tries too much to be the little girl. When we do like her is when she's like, okay, yeah, this is a grown ass woman who just has that kind of heart. You know, because there's times when I go back and forth on Bayley. I was like, God damn, she's just a fucking kid. When she tries to be a kid and not somebody who likes kids and somebody who's getting in touch with her inner kid, there's a small difference, but there's a difference. And I think that's exactly what's wrong with Bray. Yeah, sure. The reason why it works with Finn is because Finn is Finn. He is this guy who's this badass. But you know what? When I put on my paint, I become somebody else. I become inspired. I become the demon, and I fight harder. It's not like he's coming out there and I am a demon and raw. You should, you know. There's a subtle difference there, but that subtle difference brings in the humanity, and that's what this era right now is all about. What's going on with Bray doesn't quite fit. Yeah. They need to put more humanity into his character to make us realize why is he so psychotic. I'm not saying you can't have psychopaths. No, please have psychopaths. Please, we need those because that makes good. It makes for good TV. It makes for good storytelling. You got to have a good villain, and sometimes villains are fucking psycho. But let us understand why he's psycho. Let us see the humanity behind the psychosis. And that's what we're not seeing out of Bray.
Yeah. It's like a cheap effect. It's like a cheap attempt of doing Mankind, but now.
Yeah.
And it's like there's no substance there. It's all shallow.
Yeah.
Like, just sell his contract to Lucha. I bet he would be the best in Lucha.
And see, that's the flip side of the coin. Lucha has embraced the fantastical. They've embraced.
Everybody's aware that they're weird. In a universe that it's that way.
Yeah, like they're not in fucking our world. They're not in the WWE universe. They're in their own fucking fictional made-up world. Yeah, Boyle Heights might actually be on a map if you look, on a map of California.
I drove by there. Yeah,
but like Lucha Underground's Boyle Heights is different than the real Boyle Heights. Like it's all mystical, crazy. I mean, for Pete's sake, there are Aztec gods in this show. People who could appear and disappear on fucking a whim. So it makes sense there because that's the universe that they're in. The universe that we're in now is all based on reality, and that's why it doesn't fit.
Let's end on a high note.
Okay.
Or what could be a high note. I don't know. I'm just assuming.
I might bitch about it.
Kalisto is our new cruiserweight champion. What do you think?
Before looking at all the stuff that's come out today about Neville possibly being gone, not knowing anything about that, I was like, fuck yeah. I am 100% on board storyline wise within the WWE Universe creative, thing or whatever. I'm 100% okay with this because, yeah, WWE painted themselves into a corner, or at least Kurt Angle painted himself into a corner. Kurt Angle did the only thing he could do, which is, all right, all these guys can't touch you. All these guys can't fight for the title. Let me go get somebody who can. And then, bam, Kalisto. And I was sitting here last week saying I'm excited for Kalisto to be in the fucking cruiserweights finally. That was something that should have been from day one. From day one, Kalisto should have been like the face of the fucking cruiserweights. Okay, cool. Now he gets the chance to be it. Let's have him take on Muscles Marinara, as he likes to refer to himself as.
He's got the sauce.
He's got the sauce. And let's have a fucking feud. All right, cool. Boom, right from get-go. Hey, we're going to have a match, and it's going to be Lumberjack, and it's going to be for the title, and boom, it's tonight. Let's go, boy.
And it's main eventing the show. Bam. I'm like,
what? Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. Yay. Okay, cool. Maybe there's going to be shenanigans. Somehow Enzo's going to find a way, and he's going to keep that fucking title. Oh, man, I'm really excited to see how Enzo's going to keep the title. I am interested in this match because I want Kalisto to win, but I'm pretty sure Kalisto won't win because Enzo's going to do something, and he's going to be even more reviled after this.
And the feud is still, so for all intents and purposes, Enzo against Neville.
Right. So it's like, all right, this is kind of like a little bit of a bait and switch, but it makes sense because Neville wasn't supposed to touch him, and Neville touched him. So I'm okay continuity-wise. So all right, all the check marks are there. Fuck yeah. All right. And then Kalisto wins, and I wasn't expecting it, and it got me to pop. What the fuck? Kalisto won? Holy shit. Salida del Sol off the fucking top rope. Beautiful. I legit thought, oh my God, Kalisto busted his ass. Like I thought he hurt his hamstring connected to his glutes there or something. Because I saw him reach back and I was like, oh, he hyperextended his hammy. Oh shit.
He hurt his ass.
He hurt his ass muscle. But I haven't heard anything about it yet. But still, it was like, man, that was impactful. 1, 2, 3, pop. Hell yeah. Yes. That was interesting. Aside from the fact that I was like, man, this could have been saved for a pay-per-view, but
that's 2 weeks away. We just did a post show for Hell in a Cell. Next week, we're doing a prediction show for Tables, Ladders, and Chairs.
So that put me in the position of I don't know what they're doing, and I'm happy that I don't know what they're doing because it's not very often that
you get swerved.
Yeah. So I remember back Attitude Era and pre-Attitude Era, anything can happen. Never miss an episode or a pay-per-view or whatever because anything can happen in the WWF and anything can happen in the WWE. You never know. So, okay. This was one of those good examples of you never know. Anything can happen. Holy shit. They surprised me. So I was happy with it. What about you?
Whew. I was surprised in general. I don't know if pleasantly was the word I was looking for because, again, we got a pay-per-view in 2 weeks, and I was assuming that the storyline here was Neville and Enzo. I didn't think it was already over. But, again, with the storyline, okay, so Kalisto beats him. Neville can finally go after the title because now he can touch Kalisto.
Right.
So I was like, all right, this is getting interesting. 205, the opening promo, and Enzo coming out with Daivari. With Daivari. All right, I'm kind of getting there. I'm getting there.
The fact that it looks like that the heat carried over from Mustafa because Mustafa got in Enzo's face. You're not my champion.
Yeah. So Mustafa getting the supporting actor role in the main event storyline right now. Yeah. I'm digging. Hearing the stuff today though about Neville just walking out on Monday. I'm not sure if he wasn't happy with creative or he was just burned or whatever the situation was. Dang.
It bummed me out a little seeing the rumors, but it also put on my tinfoil hat. WWE wants you to think that he asked for his release and that he's leaving because that makes sense within the storyline. It doesn't make sense if you're like an actual worker. An actual worker is like, okay, this is a storyline. You need me to drop the title. Okay, we're gonna go with Enzo. All right, you're gonna get Kalisto. Like, it makes complete sense if that storyline was like, all right, that's not for you, Daddy. That's for somebody else. And just like wait, and maybe we could involve you in a 3-way. You still need to get your rematch. Storyline wise, like all that could be fixed. But as a worker, it's like, hey, we're still paying you. You're still making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, and you know what? You're still going to be prominently showed. Let's just get this program out of the way because we want to tell this story, but we're still going to use you. So I don't buy that he's upset that his title shot went to somebody, so he left the company. That doesn't make sense as a worker standpoint. The worker standpoint, like, you give a fuck, but you don't give that big of a fuck. Like, I could see character. Oh, in character, he was upset that Kurt Angle signed the thing and gave his title shot to so-and-so, so he walked out. Why the fuck did he walk out? Like, it only makes sense to me within the storyline thing. As a worker thing, it doesn't make sense. Now, yeah, sure, people can cite CM Punk. It didn't make any sense for CM Punk to walk away, but then you found out what, a week or two later on this tell-all podcast, and he had the thing on his back, and he was giving Z-Pack after Z-Pack, and that's it, and they treating him shitty. Okay, cool, yeah. Now I get it. Now it makes sense, but I also kind of like just up and left like that. That is your employer. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm very on the fence about how I feel about the CM Punk situation, because in that situation, 2 wrongs don't make a right. So is this the same thing? Is there something that we don't know about, and that's the real reason why he's left? Because the interwebs reason that they're saying he left is because, oh, he didn't like the fact, like, the fucking rumor is that he didn't like the fact that he wasn't going to get a title shot. Like, what? Why the fuck would a professional wrestler, not Adrian Neville, not Pac, just whatever this guy's real name is, why would he give a fuck about that? You know, like, if he's still being used, still being paid, still going to be prominent, still has hundreds of thousands of fans, and still making hundreds of thousands of dollars, why would you just up and leave because you didn't get a rematch? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Time's gonna tell, you know, because this only came out, what, 24 hours ago, maybe less than that. So next week we'll hear something, or more definitive detail, I guess. Anything else in the chat?
What do you think,
dude? For Neville to have been headlined as a main event attraction in SummerSlam, teaming up with Stephen Amell from Arrow.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden bleeding the cruiserweight division. Maybe the possibility that Austin Aries isn't the only one that feels the way he does about, you know, the cruiserweight division is really a situation where you're not going to be able to break out of a glass ceiling, so to speak. You know, like another division from another company that had the same problem.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if there's anything to that, but like I said, it's too soon to make any kind of judgments like that until we hear it straight from the horse's mouth. And I'm sure either it's a work or somehow he's going to say something soon that's going to get his attention.
Well, let's go back to Austin Aries. Austin Aries left because he didn't like the creative direction that he was going in, right? You know, that was the story coming out of the rumor mill. He asked for his release because he didn't like the fact that he lost to Neville fucking 3 times in a row, and that he wasn't on the actual WrestleMania card. He was on the pre-show when he felt like a title match of his should have actually been on the show. Okay. Then that goes back to the whole thing about Austin Healy, you know, not Austin Aries the character, but Mr. Healy, you know, being disgruntled with his professional life in the way that it relates to the actual on-air character. Like, I guess he felt like he missed out on the WrestleMania payday. Okay, cool. He felt like he should have been more prominent because he should have won the title. His character should have won the title. Okay, cool. I can kind of understand some of those things. I still think it's a little short-sighted and a little petty, a little bit, because the longer you stay in the company, you may actually have a shot. I mean, yeah, I could tell that to fucking, you know, Jinder Mahal, but, you know, why would you just up and quit because you're not happy with the way your character is being booked that week? You know, okay, yeah, it happened with Aries, but dude, I doubt that it happened with whatever Neville's real name is.
If we're talking about Austin Healy, the human being,
I think Cody too. Okay, thank you, Porsche. Yeah, Cody.
If we're talking Austin Healy, the human being, nobody in this room probably knows better than I do what it's like when you're at a job and you feel like your talents aren't being used to the highest capability that they can be.
Well,
and if you feel like you're getting burnt or you're getting bored and you know you can do better, but you're not given the opportunity to do better and somewhere else, hey, man, we want to use all of you. We'll give you everything we can if you give us everything you can. I'm gone, dude. But as a person.
Do you think that's what the case was with Neville? Because Neville had the fucking belt for so long. He still has allegedly a pending storyline that's still the top of his show, which is 205. Do you really think that that was the case?
As a fan that watches the show, what has happened with their champions?
I don't understand. What do you mean?
You win you're champion at 205 live for a bit. You lose the belt to the next guy. You have your rematch and lose, and then what do? That's happened with TJP, Rich Swann, Brian Kendrick. Now with Akira Tozawa. Now with Neville. And now Enzo's got the belt, and now he's already lost it to Kalisto. So Kalisto, like, that's just the way it works on 205. You know, it's already like the show hasn't even been on for a full year, or today will have been a full year that the show's been on.
Today?
Or not today, but this month, I think, September.
Okay.
Like the last week of September was the first debut episode of 205. We're already a year into 205, and already that's the pattern.
Okay.
Like, he doesn't have to wait 6 months to figure out where his career is going to be if everyone else in the roster has already seen that once you drop the belt, you're not going to be as happy there as you thought you would be. You know, or at least that's the perception that I would be getting from an outsider looking in.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's how that I've only learned about this morning. Maybe it was something that leaked last night or whatever, but it's still too soon to tell.
Okay.
So.
All right, enough with that conspiracy stuff. I guess we'll have to see more next week. Bottom line, I don't want to see Neville go.
Dude, he was at his best towards the end of this run.
Yeah,
dude, and I was
that's
like
the other thing too. Why? Again, professionally, he was at the best he's ever been professionally. Yeah. Why would he fucking leave? There's not greener pastures. Aries, I understand. Aries had more success professionally outside of where he was at that point in time.
Former heavyweight champion, multi-time.
Yeah. Cody. Okay, Bush brought up Cody Rhodes.
He's doing a hell of a lot better right now.
Yeah. So okay, that kind of makes sense. But Neville, I guess if he got an offer to be part of the Bullet Club and like got all this money, which that's part of the rumors, because the Young Bucks are fucking fanning those flames. The Young Bucks tweeted at WWE Neville and put up a shirt of the Bullet Club, and like that's it. At Neville.
God, I love the Young Bucks.
Yeah, of course.
Fuck yeah.
Of course, the Young Bucks will do that, but they could just be trolling. But I mean, what if that's not? Do you think that New Japan would have said, "Hey, come back over here and be Pac again, and we'll put you in the Bullet Club"? And you know what?
I don't know.
You know what? Ricochet's about to leave. We needed somebody to fill Ricochet's shoes.
Oh shit! Shorter and shorter. Keep sawing off that shotgun until all you hear is click, click. I don't fucking know, dude.
Okay,
but that's until next week, I guess.
I guess so. I'm sorry. What else?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's everything.
All right.
Until next week, I guess.
I guess so. This Friday, guys, come see DZW, Domination Zone Wrestling, 1812 Avenue D. It's going to be at 8 o'clock, so we're having a little bit of a later start time. Usually it's 7, but that's because we're going to be on a Friday night, so it's technically a work night. But yeah, come on out, guys, and come support local independent wrestling and see something that maybe you don't know about.
Guys, this Friday, get your hands on takeover tickets. War Games, the first time in almost 20 years that we're getting a War Game style match. 3 teams, 2 rings, 1 cage. That's the main event of Takeover. You could Google the card. It's out there. It's everywhere if you want to find out who's in it or what else is happening on Takeover. Dude, don't miss out. This could be the show of the weekend.
Yeah,
this could be. The cheapest seats are $20. The most expensive seats are fucking $300. Good God! And you know what? My theory. Every seat's going to be extracting view once that War Games match starts. So don't spend $300. But fuck, get your hands on them.
Get you a seat where you know you'll be able to comfortably see the fucking Titantron up there, or the thing above the ring.
Yeah,
it's not a Titantron.
it's the screen.
It's the screens
Yeah.
above the ring. You know, because it's Toyota Center.
Yeah.
You know,
The
so
garage.
if you've been here before and you've been to Toyota Center, you know where to sit.
Yeah.
Just don't. Yeah, that what Chris just said is a good point. It's going to be obstructive view because of the cage.
Yeah.
So make sure you have good eye line sight of the screen or the Tron.
Any closing remarks from the fans in the chat room?
No, we just had Porsche talking. I don't know why she said chili with a buddy. I don't understand that reference, but whatever.
On that note,
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Adios, my friends. Keep it classy. Chili with a buddy?
What the fuck was in there?
Well, that's Porsche's room.
I don't know, man. But that's what the cruiserweights do. They chill with the buddy after they lose their title. That's what
Chill, not chili. Chill with a buddy.
Yeah.
Chili. You still hungry? Are you mad at me because I made you eat your dinner in 3 minutes?
Maybe.
Maybe. Well,
I got another piece of chicken over there.
already with the pet names, huh? 10 days into the marriage. I see what you did there.